SPRT.com. Today we're talking about a company that has the ingredients for a short squeeze with a possible move higher in its forecast. Talking about SPRT today, it's up over 20% today alone. We're going to take a look at the chart going from $4 up to $14 in the past week or so. Breaking it down right here in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today we're talking about SPRT Support.com. Looking at the chart, let's talk about what is going on with this move so far. You can see back there in July, the price of the stock was $4. We're up to $14 now. Wow. Up to $14. Had some nice little spikes ever since then. Up there to $11. We broke above that $11 resistance right there. And today we're up to $14 on SPRT. Now, the thing about SPRT is we got to talk about a couple different things, right? We need to talk about, number one, we need to talk about the float. We need to talk about the short interest. And we need to talk about the news around the stock, the catalyst to why this company could squeeze and why it could go higher and where our price targets would be from here. So first, let's take a look at the actual float. All right, so going over here to Finviz, we can see what the float is. The actual float is 15 million shares. We've got a short float interest of 38%. Now, I don't know exactly if this is like true or if it's actual factual data, but we're showing that there's 38% of the float sold short. And we have a 15 million share float with 24 million shares outstanding. So this is a very small float comparing this to AMC, even comparing it to GME. Comparing the two, you can see the difference. So just quickly, like if we look at the AMC chart, so looking here at AMC has 448 million shares in the float with a 19% short float. So just doing, simple math here, pretty clear that the short percentage on SPRT is much higher and we have a much smaller float. So less supply, more demand, more squeeze. Article came out yesterday on Benzinga talking about Support.com getting squeezed to the moon. I think this is obviously playing into the overall idea of the stock moving higher here. And Support.com, they announced a reverse merger with Bitcoin miner Green Ridge Generation Holdings back in March. And the merger is expected to be completed in the third quarter. So Benzinga said that they identified back in July that the stock was a major short squeeze candidate. They talked about on Friday, S3 Partners analyst pointed out that the huge short interest in Support.com and the ballooning fees short sellers are paying to maintain their positions. They also said now that there's 6.44 million shares held short, or about 64% of its float. Short sellers are now down $32 million on their Support.com short bets so far in 2021 and said they are paying a 75% fee on their short bets. So we know there's a large percentage of shorts. We know there's a small supply being the float. So let's talk about the actual price action and where we could see this thing going from here, and some overall technical analysis based on this move so far. So going back over here to the chart and taking a look again, like I said, up there to $14. The high so far, $14.71. If we zoom out here, we go to the daily chart. One thing that I want to point out, I'm a little worried, a little hesitant about here is that, obviously we had that big move back there in March. We had this big sell-off back there in May. The price was around $3. We've had this big, huge curl up, and we're pushing higher as we make this move high. As this pushes up, we've had this huge curl. We've had volume come in. We've already had a dump. We dumped from $11 down there to $8, and then today up there to $14. And, really kind of zooming out here, where would be a price target on this move, and some people are already kind of forecasting this. If you go way back here to like 2014, you can see this stock was trading around $18, $20. But I think at the end of the day, this really is a new idea or a new stock in general, especially with the reverse merger and all of that stuff going on. So they've got the news, they've got the reverse merger, they've got the news of the reverse merger that would be completing in this quarter. Bitcoin has been making massive moves. Cryptocurrency has been making massive moves. So there's that anticipation to see once this reverse merger is done and it's off to the races at that point. So we pushed up there to $14. Now today, the big question is, really where is our next pullback and where would be the retest? I would like to see a retest of the $11 to $10 area here on SPRT, but the problem is maybe this thing just keeps going higher and higher forever at this point. Looking at the 5-minute chart, you can see how it pulled back to the $12 area, $12.50, pushed back up there to $13.80 from there. On the 5-minute chart, looking very bullish, holding this overall trend. If you wanted to draw lines in here, I hope you guys can already kind of see that overall trend that we got going on right now on SPRT. We do have the EMAs down here. The stock kind of gapped up this morning and made that big move, and it's up 20%. So I would definitely keep a very close eye on this stock. If I was you guys personally, I would definitely keep a very, very close eye here on SPRT for a possible candidate to move forward into the future here on this stock and make a big, massive move. I myself will definitely be looking to play into the volatility and be looking to play into SPRT as a whole, as a actual play here. And I'm going to be looking to buy options on SPRT if this thing really wants to squeeze and get going. So SPRT, definitely one to keep on the watch list. Keep this one, looking. It's 12:30 here on Tuesday. SPRT's got momentum. We've got this article as well. Like I said, that article was a big deal. You can see the short interest ratio here as well. They're showing that the short interest has gone up in the last month, so that's good as well to see that the shorts are still shorting as the price is moving higher. And well, we're getting that move, and SPRT is now at the $13.38 area. So it'll be interesting to see where this ends up. Is this actually a short squeeze candidate, or is this just a big major distraction? SPRTsupport.com. Definitely check it out. Keep it on your watch list. This is definitely going to be a hot one to trade and keep a close eye on. It'll be interesting to see if this can break over 15 and push up to that $20 area. Some people are already charting this, saying that this is looking for a move up to the $22 area being the target for this trade. We'll see what happens. Again, the key here is small float. We got the shorts. We got the demand. We got a little bit of news, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of hype. You got people who are jumping ship from AMC. Maybe not jumping ship, but people who are, coming over from the Reddit world, from AMC and stuff like that, and are going to be buying this and hoping and praying that it goes to the moon. So we will see what happens here with SPRT as the week unfolds. If you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I'll talk to you guys later on.